Hey beautifuls, it's Preem. I'm here and I got a message. um so a couple of months ago I made a video about those black manosphere guys and how the red pill guys are dangerous to black women. And then I also made a video saying that black women must speak up and must tell the damn truth. And tonight I experienced something that was very very it was, I don't want to say scary, but it was, I something happened to me tonight that was exactly what I said would happen in one of my past videos. And where we're headed as with black women. And it could have went a totally different way had the male that I was with thought another way, or had he been a different kind of man. So let me just give you the backstory, and then I'm also going to talk about it. So first of all, I wanted to say a quote by Zora Neale Hurston. And this might have been a message from black women for black women. And what she said was, if you are silent about your pain, they'll kill you and say you enjoyed it. And I am afraid that if black women are silent about our pain, we will be killed, and they will say that we enjoyed it. They will say that we asked for it, and they will say, and everyone will ignore it as it's happening. And it's already happening, right? With black women being killed every 6 hours in this country, and no one is doing anything about it. It really is that we're being murdered, and they're really killing us, and basically no one is saying a word because it looks like we want it, like we're asking for it, right? And I'm afraid of how bad that gets for us as black women. I want to piggyback a couple of other content creators and things that they said. And as you guys know here, I don't I will mention other YouTubers as long as it is in a positive light, especially YouTubers who have given the green light to mention them. And Miss Archduchess has, right, she said, like, if you are in this space, don't deny that your idea came from something that she said. And when I first started watching Miss Archduchess, I went back and watched all her videos, and she had a little series called Black Women, You in Danger, or You in Danger Girl. And she's right. Black women, you are in danger. You are in danger. And I don't even think that we as a collective is seeing how bad it is and how bad it can get. Another content creator, she who should not be named, she said that they setting the house on fire and leaving us in it. And yeah, that's what's happening. They literally lighting the house on fire and leaving us in it, and no one gives a damn because of what Zora Neale Hurston said. They're killing us, and they saying that we enjoy it. So tonight, as I flee Blackistan, I have been circling a more at first diverse, because I as you guys know, I am was in a very very African American immersed city, and I was immersed in African American culture. And now as I phase out of that, I'm moving more into more diverse spaces, and eventually, really, red spaces, to be honest, more conservative spaces. But in a more diverse circle tonight, I had an experience where I was watching the house being set on fire with me in it. With me in it, and I could not let the house burn down with me in it. So basically I'm in this diverse space, and it is me, a black male, and a white male. And the white male is kind of sweet on me. The black male hates my guts, right? And I could feel this since me and him first met. I knew that he didn't like me, right? I felt like he was one of those manosphere guys, and so he comes in, and he's, the first thing that's out his mouth is, if somebody else wished me a happy, first of all, if someone else wishes me another happy Black History Month, I'm gonna explode. That's what he says. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, here's the self-loathing with black males, because Black History Month is for black males, right? Now, as a black woman, who lives in my birthright as being a black woman, I had said previously that Black History Month belongs to black women and black women only, right? Black American women and black American women only, right? And he may or may not have heard me say this, or now that I'm thinking about it, he may have already heard me say that, right? So he comes in kinda wanting smoke with me, right? So he comes in and he says, his little self-loathing bullshit. And at this point, it's two white males in the space, and me, a black woman, and him, a black male. And he comes in with his self-loathing, and he says that he hates Black History Month. And I'm just like, oh, well, you hate it, and I'm already saying like it only belonged to black women. So basically me and you on the same page, right? But I already figured he was black. I mean, he was self-loathing, because why would a black male think that? Black History Month is for black males, right? So he doesn't like it, and I'm just like, it belongs to black women anyway, right? And one of the white males is like, yeah, it does belong to black women, right? He's a white male. He's like, yeah, like, let's let black women have that one, right? Since black male does not want it, and black woman is saying, hey, it's mine anyway. Give me that. So then he already admitted that he didn't like it, and then he goes on. He says, I don't really care about black people anyway. I care about Hispanics more. Okay. He laying the self-loathing on heavy at this point. At this point, the self-loathing is very heavy, and I'm just like, okay. Then he goes on to his manosphere. So I'm telling you, like, this is all out of nowhere. I'm telling you, when he came in the space, in the room, I must have set his soul on fire. Seeing me must have set his soul on fire, because he just basically just started saying things to egg me on, like he kind of asking for smoke. So all right, I let the Black History Month thing slide. I don't give a fuck if you celebrate it or not. Then the Latino thing or the Hispanic thing, I let that slide. I don't really care about what black males value anyway, because they aren't contributing anything to society, right? And then finally he gets me. Right? He says, my mother got my father locked up for nothing, and then he just starts trashing his mother, right? But I'm a black woman, so bitch, I know what you really trying to do, right? So I hear the sound of mother in my ear, okay? In my ear. There she is, girl. If you are silent, you gonna let him destroy your image? Speak up. So I did. I spoke up, and I don't know how we got back to Black History Month, or he might have just asked me. He might have asked me about why. As a matter of fact, he did ask me. He asked me, why does Black History Month belong to black women? Mind you, he came in saying that he did not care about it, right? But he wanted so much smoke with me that he circled back around to it to ask me, why did I say that? And I told him, I said, well, because you guys don't want it anyway, because that's what he said. I said, you guys don't want it anyway, so, let black women have it. We actually like being black, right? Black women actually enjoy being black. So let us have it. And you also said that you don't really care about black people anyway. You were more concerned with Hispanic people. That was my answer to him. And then he went on to say, so black men have not contributed anything. Mind you, he just now said he did not care about it. But bitch, you want smoke? Let me give it to you, because I heard the sound of a mother. Okay. So I'm not gonna be silent here because you asking me for it, and I'm gonna hope that the two white males here, or the two non-black males here, are gonna be decent, right? And it was a safe space. It was a safe space. Before, black women don't do this in a non-safe space. So this was a very safe space for me to have this conversation with this monkey. So, as I was saying, as I'm saying, I heard the voice of the mother like, fuck it, go for the juggler. She's trying to set this fucking house on fire with you in it. Don't let him do it, sis. So, I said you guys don't really, want you guys don't really want it anyway, and you already said that you care more about Hispanics. So now he wants me to explain to him why black men don't deserve Black History Month. And basically I began to tell him, I said black men have not really done enough since 1915. 1930, I don't know, when did George Washington Carver die? Like, whatever year George Washington Carver died, I know that Booker T. Washington died in 1915, but whatever year George Washington Carver died, like, that was it. Like, that may we, peace and blessings be upon him, may we lay to rest the finest of black males, okay? Maybe lay to rest the finest of black men, and I mean it. I mean, those black men were actually superb. This was black men at their best. But in 1915, Booker T. Washington died, so that was a very, very long time ago, and that's what I said. I said, the black men having honor and caring about the collective ended with Booker T. Washington and George Washington Carver, like those huge black men. You guys have done nothing since then. So he is clearly irate at this point, right? He goes on to tell me black women ain't this shit. He starts actually taking personal jabs at me and basically saying that I ain't shit. Like, he literally said I wasn't shit, and I'm just like, whoa, this nigga is going ape shit, right? This nigga begins to go ape shit. He called me black and ugly. He called me black and ugly and told me that black women wasn't shit. And before he went there, one of the white guys left. I guess that he felt like, you know what, this ain't got shit to do with me, time for me to go. And that is going to be a problem. And that's the problem that we talking about, right? For black women and black men to have a squabble and white males decide, you know what, time for me to go. Because this ape wanted me dead, right? I knew it was a completely safe space, right? There was no harm going to come to me in this space at all. But the fact that the white male got up and left, he was like, I'm not for this shit. The one that was sweet on me decided to stay. And he says, well, what about Martin Luther King? And listen, Martin Luther King had to be talked out of marrying a white woman. Okay? So what really happened was Coretta Scott King carried the black race on her back, right? Her troubles and her woes and her tears and her hurt and her harm from her husband laying with and sleeping with and cheating on her with white women after woman after woman, and even having the FBI, white males, come to her and say, listen, you foolish black woman, you foolish black woman, this is who your husband is, and her eating it up. She carried that on her back. She carried that in her soul, and that's what black women do, and that is what black women have been doing. So that's why I said Black History Month belongs to black women. So the white guy had no idea this was happening, right? He didn't know the whole story. So when I told him, he was like, oh, well, damn. I'm like, whoa, I had no idea that happened. Yeah. I said, yeah, this is the history of black males. So now the ape is irate, because now I'm telling all the secrets, right? So he's very irate at this point, and that's when he starts insulting me and calling me a black bitch and black and ugly, and literally called me a bitch, right? And then finally, he says to the white male, again, this is the second time this happened, mind you. A black male has looked to a white male in support of his hate towards black women, right? But look, listen, I'm vetting these white boys well. You hear me? I'm vetting these white boys very well. Okay, so I'm sorry, I'm vetting these white men very well. So this is the second time, and he looks at the white male and he says, to him, like, basically, are you gonna let her be racist? Are you gonna let this nigger? He said, oh God, he said a hard ER. He called me a hard ER, right? And he says, you're gonna let her say this, and basically, he said degrade black men like me, right? And white male just stands there and white male just stands there, and he was like, she has a right to say what she wants to say. I said, what you want? And I respond, I said, what you want him to do? Beat me up? You want him to hit me like a black male would to shut me up? Like, what do you want to happen? You said that to him for him to do what? Right? I said, you black, I am most unsafe with black males, right? So then he goes on, of course, beard winch, cracker lover. He told me I had a fetish for a cracker. Basically just, saying all the things that these black males are saying, right? And then, I go and I say, you guys are the most dangerous to me to be around as a black woman. You're mentioning to me white men, but you are the most dangerous for me to be around. I went on, come on. Those manosphere guys love stats. Well, here are the stats. And I started listing them. And then again, he asked the white male to jump in. And the white male said, well, she's a woman. She has the right to choose whichever male she thinks is the safest. That's her right as a woman. Right? Because the white male understands patriarchy. He understands that listen, she's a woman. She gets the right to choose wherever she thinks she's going to be the safest at. She doesn't have an obligation to black males if she thinks that black males are unsafe. Like, that makes no sense. So finally, he says to him and the guy that was sweet on me, he says to him, well, I didn't know that you were like this. I didn't know that you were racist like this. And if I would have known, I don't know why you befriended me. Right? So because the white male would not side with him, the white male became racist. And he stormed out. He left, right? And after he left, because I'm a little unfamiliar in these spaces, I kind of apologized. And I was like, I'm sorry that your friend stormed off, because wait, before he stormed off, I told him, because he kept on saying to the white male to basically jump in. I said, he's not going to jump in, right? You want him to jump in and to chastise me when I'm a woman. First of all, I'm a woman and you wanted this smoke with me. You came in here looking for this smoke with me, right? I finally gave it to you, and now you want him to chastise me or to correct me or to do, like, what do you want him to do as a white male? Like, what do you want him to do? At his most lean, what he's doing is just, staying out of it. He's letting us have this conversation. He's letting me and this black male have this conversation, which really I shouldn't even have fucking had with this guy from the beginning. But again, look, I'm not gonna allow black males to burn his fucking house down with black women still in it. I'm not gonna be quiet in our pain. And when you are talking about black women, if I'm in a safe space and if I know that the males that's around me are gonna make sure that I am treated as the woman in this space, right? Mind you, as I said, I'm the only. It was a larger space, but at this table, let's say table, it was only me and 3 other males, right? So we'll get back to that. But anyway, so anyway, he storms off, right? And I apologize to the friend that we had in common. who was a little sweet on me, and I just was like, I'm sorry that I, kind of ran your friend away, and basically he's like, it's okay, like, I don't really care about that. Like, let's just move on. Let's, talk about us. But, I had got up into my head, and I had kind of got into my body, because that could have went totally different. As a matter of fact, my stomach is getting a little tied up in knots right now talking about it, because that could have went totally different. If I had not, let's just say that my friend started to side with him, right? Let's just say that my friend started to side with him, and they kind of ganged up on me a little bit. That would have went totally different. And this is why I'm saying, Black women, you are really in danger. you're in danger in this liberal woke afraid to say that Black males are who they are environment. It's very, very dangerous to you. My friend, who is liberal presenting, right? But me and him had several personal conversations where I knew that he was a conservative, right? Even though his lifestyle, it looks like it's liberal, and how he presents himself as liberal, a liberal white male, I knew that he aligned more with a more conservative view. But if he didn't, I would have been at a table with two males, one white, one Black, who, while the Black male was lighting the house on fire, and basically, when the context that she who should not be named was basically like, they went on a smear campaign against Black women, and then they left. And that's what he wanted to do. He wanted to tear Black women up, and then to leave, and for me to be silent, and then for him to leave. But I wouldn't let him. I wouldn't let him light the house on fire with me in it. I spoke up, and I let him know, like, you're not gonna do this. You're not gonna tear down Black women in front of me, and me be silent in it. And it's happening. It's happening. She who should not be named spoke about it happening in the 1960s, and I'm telling you, it's happening again. If it ever ended, it's happening again. It's Black males are really going around on planet Earth, but in this United States of America, really dogging and trashing Black women and demonizing us and villainizing us to everyone who will listen. And once everyone listens, Black women, you have a real problem. You got a problem, sis. You have got to start speaking up loud. This space on YouTube is not large enough. Black women, from back when Twitter and Instagram and Facebook is drastically changing as far as Black women, and us speaking up in our pain. But to women that are here, sis, you gotta start speaking up. You have got to start, saying who your abusers are, and don't let them demonize us and villainize us and tell our stories without context, right? I'm not allowing that to happen anymore. From now on my Facebook page, whenever I see a story of a Black woman being laughed at, trolled, being talked about in any kind of way, I give context to her story. I don't give a fuck who it is. I don't give a fuck who it is. I want the whole story told. Black men do not get to tell their side of the story and then we be quiet and hide the truth of our side to save them. No, I'm telling our stories and I'm telling them in full context. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna start a series here called "Who Hurt You." Cause you know how they do that fucking "Who hurt you?" You say something negative, as you begin to transition out of Blackistan, and it's a grieving process, and you first enter that area of fucking anger, right? And black women are fucking angry as shit. And they are making a fucking mockery of us and saying, "Who hurt you?" Well, I'll tell you who hurt me. I'll tell you who hurt me. And black women don't want to admit that they've been hurt by a black man. I don't know why. I don't know why. I will, and I'm gonna start a series called "Who Hurt You," and I'm gonna start telling black women, or I'm about to start putting context into these crazy black woman stories and and who hurt them, who caused the pain, right? Because I don't want black men being able to throw rocks and hide their hands anymore, right? I remember a couple years ago, a black woman, she may have been hurt. She may have had some mental illness, but she was messaging her children's father, and she said to him, "I know you with a bitch." She was talking about him being, infidel and cheating on her. I'm sorry. She said, "I know you with a bitch, but you need to come and get your kids." I mean, texting them all night long. You need to come and get your kids. Come get your kids. I hate these kids. I don't want them. You had me have these kids. I don't want them. And come get your kids. All night long, she texted them. And then finally, she killed them I can't remember if she just killed them or if she unalived them or she unalived herself in them, right? And I remember the story going viral and everybody saying how she was horrid. And then finally, I called me. I said, "Why didn't that nigga go get his kids?" She was telling him all night long, "Come get these damn kids," and he never came and got them. And I'm not taking the blame off of her. I'm just adding some context to the story. She told that nigga all night long, "Come get these fucking kids." Why didn't he come and get them? And these kind of stories, that's a drastic one, but these are the kind of stories that are happening throughout Blackistan all the time. And once it's told through the lens of black males, then it's only one villain. But no, it was two in that story. It was the victim, that was her children, and then it was two villains, and he was one of them. And this is how our stories are getting told, and I can't stand it anymore. I cannot stand it anymore. I'm not letting you tell that story anymore. This guy who was in there, who was in there in this space with us, he was telling how his dad told him this and that about his mother. Did his mother ever tell her side of the story? Did she tell what really happened? See, I don't play that shit with my daughter. My daughter, she never gets one side of the story. Nobody gets one side of the story when it comes to what happened between me and my daughter's father. No one. My little 7-year-old niece, cause my daughter can't speak to her father around me. Like, if he calls the phone that I pay for, if she around me, she can't answer the phone. She gotta leave. Right? And it's so bad that my cousin and my little niece, she knows. And she'll be like, Preem, why you don't like him? And I'll be like, no. And I tell her, I said, no, cause he used to beat me up. No, I don't like him. He used to beat me up. That's why I don't like him. And my family, they'll be like, "Oh, wow. Why would you tell her that?" Because that's what happened. She doesn't just get to see me angry or me upset or me feeling away and not know why. In her little mind, not exactly he beat me up, but he used to bully me. And now she says it. She says to my daughter, he was a bully. Yeah, he was a bully. Do not let your stories be told without context. When I start this Who Hurt You series, I would like to give other black women that is in this space the right to say, the space to say who hurt you anonymously. Anonymously. I would like for you guys to send me messages and send me emails about who hurt you. Tell me your stories. Tell me what really happened. Black black women walking around here mad as hell, angry as hell, furious as hell, mad with everybody, smoking, drinking, sexing, eating, everything to hide the truth of who really hurt us. I want to start telling it from fucking rooftops in several different ways. One way will be here, one way will be on my blog, and I have several different ways I'm going to start putting into context what really happens in Blackistan and how it affects black women. They're not going to set this this house on fire and us not say anything. She who should not be named does not get to be in this space alone, because more black women have to speak. Miss Archduchess, when she was talking about, when she first came to YouTube, she mentioned another content creator. I forgot what her name was, because RJW, I think it was. I can't remember. But she said that she saw this woman, basically ringing the alarm. Yeah, you're going to set the house on fire, but I'm going to ring the alarm, right? So she saw this woman ringing the alarm, and she was like, oh, she need help. That's what started Miss Archduchess doing YouTube videos. She said she need help. One voice is not enough. One voice is not enough. It's been too much done for one black woman to come, or even 200 black women to come and speak up on our behalf. So I'll take that. I'll pick up the mantle and start putting context to all of our stories in a series called Who Hurt You, and I will tell you exactly who hurt black women. When you see black women going fucking bonkers, I got upset. I got passionate. I went on and went on and went on. When this guy just started, he kind of lit the fire, but I took that bitch and ran. I ain't gonna lie. I did. I started listening the harms of black men, and my friend could have for a moment thought like, oh, here's another angry black woman. Here's another angry black woman. But he didn't. It was the truth of what was being said. This guy said, do you believe her? I said, he don't have to believe me. All he gotta do is turn on the news. Y'all killing everybody. Y'all killing women. Y'all killing children. Y'all killing black women. Y'all killing black children. Y'all killing, y'all unaliving, right? Y'all everywhere. Y'all go into their neighborhoods. Y'all scaring their wives and their children. Hide your wives, hide your kids, hide your dogs. Y'all are harming everybody. And this guy could have thought, this non-black guy could have thought, oh my gosh, she's just an angry black woman. But that's not how a decent patriarch works, right? Because the rest of the world, what this ape did not get was, as he went on to, as he hoped to get a help in his attack on black women, and specifically he wanted him and this white guy to gang up on me, right? What he didn't understand is that this white guy had a different morale, right? He's been raised different. He's been raised in a more decent patriarchy, and listen, I already told y'all, I'm hitting more towards misandry, right? So I'm not saying a white male's patriarchy is great or wonderful or perfect. What I'm saying is it's a lot better than black males. That's all I'm saying. It's a lot better than black males. And what he didn't understand was this white male was thinking to himself, to trash the women of your race, right? To sit here and trash the women of your race is a reflection of you. Is a reflection of you. This is how white males patriarchs work. Right? Their connection to their women is a part of what makes them a man. Right? How safe their women feel with them is a connection to how great of a man he is. So if I'm sitting here with a black male and I'm telling you and your brethren are what makes me unsafe. That's why I'm a black woman inside of this room with all white people. Hello? That's why I'm totally abandoning my culture, just like you have with your bitch ass. I just now told them last week they could not divest. They ain't listening. So I'm here divesting and you here too, nigga. What? I'm in this space full of non-black people and you are too, bitch. And this white male was able to see that. Was able to see, oh my gosh, she feels unsafe in her own community. What kind of males are these? Right? Because the rest of societies have evolved. No one is bashing women over the head anymore and raping them and dragging them in the house. That's only niggas are doing that. Right? And I ain't saying that, and I'm not saying that does not happen over there. What I'm saying is that when it does happen, that the collective of males are like, this is unacceptable. At some point, the collective of non-black men was like, wait a minute. Or at least white males. They was like, wait a minute, y'all. We can't be just bashing women over the head no more and R-wording them, you guys. That's savage behavior. We're not going to do that anymore. At some point, they was like, you know what, y'all? I don't think we should be bashing women over the head no more and fucking violating them in this way. This is looking bad, you guys. So we about to stop it. You know, if you continue doing this, we're gonna punish you harshly. Cause we done with that. That shit is savage. As we begin to evolve as humans, as we begin to evolve as males, as we begin to evolve as men, we're not gonna go that far. But black males have not decided that yet. For some reason, they have not decided, hey, you guys, y'all, we can't be killing the women. We can't be unaliving the women. Hello, this looks crazy. So to y'all niggas around here that's unaliving women, we got a problem with you. The decent black men, the good ones, they not like, oh, listen, we got a problem. Y'all, wait a minute. Y'all are molesting black girls at a 65% rate around here. That's unacceptable. We not having it. We not having it. They have yet to do that. They have yet to do that, and they have yet to realize how those kind of things are a reflection of them. Whereas white males have decided how bad we treat our women is kind of a reflection of us. So we're gonna treat them a little bit better. We're gonna, they're not gonna be totally scared to death. So scared that they have gone into other communities to feel safe. We're not gonna do that to our women. That's crazy. We want our women, the women of our race, to think that the safest space for them is with us, regardless of how you think of white male patriarchy. I mean, white women are over there flourishing in comparison to black women and girls. And so that was just a little, I guess I just felt like talking. I guess it's 5:00 in the morning. I'm up because I had a wild night. And I thought I should just, come over here and share my night with you guys, and and let you guys know you're in danger when you have a safe space to speak up, especially if a nigga asking for smoke. If you in a space and niggas just don't have, like, just throwing black women under the bus for nothing, like, damn, bitch, why you mentioning us? Why is you mentioning us? Like, what I do? What I do besides you came into this room, you came into this space and you saw me and you instantly caught on fire and decided, I want to smoke with her. But see, you ain't know. he didn't know that he wanted to smoke with the wrong bitch. You want to smoke, nigga. Knock, knock, knock. You want to smoke with the wrong bitch because I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I have decided to be in the comforts and the safety and in the security of white male's patriarchy. I've come to that conclusion. As an American woman, as a black American woman, I have decided that although white male's patriarchy, and this is not me saying, this is some kind of white savior syndrome. No, I'm a woman in a patriarchal society. I want to be in the safest space. The safest space. That's where I want to be at. Okay? So this is not about any white savior. I'm a single woman in a patriarchal society, and I want to be in a safest space. So when I'm in a safest space, Ape Daddy, and you come over and you think that you're gonna throw black women under the bus and in this safe space to make sure that your brethren can kill us in peace, to make sure that your brethren can unalive us in peace, or the collective of black women in peace, because I don't really be over there where they be unaliving black women. I'm trying to stay away from the spaces that black women are being unalived. I like to stay away from those spaces. But any black woman can get got at this point. At this point, any black woman can get got. And if you're going to kill us, okay? Listen, black women, if they're going to unalive us anyway, at least die kicking, screaming, and fighting. Do you hear me? Okay, if they're gonna take us all out anyway, don't be silent. Don't be quiet. Don't be dying quietly. Okay? Don't allow them to take us out quietly. Make a lot of noise. I want you screaming, yelling from rooftops, fighting, scratching. Do not let them take us out and for us to just lay there and take it. Okay? And I'm not gonna allow it. So I'll be back to talk more about Who Hurt You. So we can really get this moving. I guess I'll do a couple of celebrity Who Hurt You, and then just stories that I come across about black women being allegedly crazy, or black women being allegedly so hurt and so scorned, and it looks crazy on the outside, and then I will give context to her story, just as I just now did. That she'll be the first one. I'll go and I'll research her story and find out exactly what happened. But no, they're not gonna unalive us quietly. I'm not allowing it. I'm not allowing it. And that's that. I'm gonna post this. It's 5 a.m. now. I try to respect the other women, content creators, other black women content creators, and try to not post as they are posting or as they are going live, because it's really no need for you to be over here listening to this, because this is pre-recorded and you can listen to it anytime while they are live. So while they live, I like for you for us all to be there listening to those ladies talk their shit. So I guess that I will probably post this around 4 or 5-ish, before the other ladies really get on. Maybe about 4 p.m. I'm saying it like you guys are hearing me talk right now. But anyway, peace, ladies. When you're in safe spaces where you can talk your shit, and I'm not saying just bring up the fact that black males ain't shit just because, but if they come in and they want to smoke with you and you sitting right there and they being nasty, and you could just be somewhere and in a space that's a safe space for you to talk your shit, and maybe some women come in and they make insults about a black woman's hair, how she dress, how she talks. Like, don't let that shit slide. Don't let that shit slide. Don't let it slide. Speak up. Try to stay away from those liberal non-black men, because what I fear is that one day those guys will be siding with the one day those guys will be siding with the apes. My friend that I was with last night didn't say anything, but I do talk to a very openly conservative white male who would not have not said anything. He would have let him know, like, you are an ape. No, no, he wouldn't have said you are an ape, but he would have let him know, like, look, you guys are dangerous as fuck when it comes to black women. When it comes to black women, you guys are very dangerous as fuck. I don't, I don't believe you need more people, And that's what I prefer from the men that I'm with. Although my friend last night, he was mild. He did what he could do as a white male. I'll take it. But really, I prefer white males that's going to be like, no, ape, I ain't buying it. Ape, I see what you're selling and I ain't buying it. And I prefer that you ladies be around those type of men as well. Stay away from those liberals. Stay away from those red pill guys. Stay away from those those ape adjacents. Like stay away from those hip hoppy white guys. I'm telling you, stay away. Stay away. Like what you're looking for, if you're gonna be dating out, anything that's reminding you those Asians that like to be all up into hip hop, want to be rappers and shit, stay away, sis. That's not for you. That's not for you. Leave that alone. Let him and his fucking rap career and his AP friends, let them do what they do. Stay away, sis. You want to be around a more traditional man and you're dating. Because those guys are going to be a lot more safe. Anyhow, you guys, I'm going to repeat Zora Neale Hurston because I think she was talking to us. Zora Neale Hurston was a known black feminist, and she said, and I'm going to say she said it to black women. This was a message to black women. She said, if you are silent about your pain, they'll kill you and say you enjoyed it. That's what she said. Okay? Now, if that ain't the word of mother, I don't know what is, okay? Yeah. Have a good day, you guys. Hope you guys are enjoying your Sunday. And that's it. Talk to you later.